that's a different way of doing that one, isn't it?
Well, different way of doing the song that we can't say the name of, you mean?
Yes, right.
You know what?
But it's not that song anymore.
It's not. It's sure not. It's
right.
sure not. But it's going to be. That was what you guys just heard was the rehearsal for our theme song
For our theme
that
song.
you're going to be hearing in subsequent episodes.
Right. And
So
you all can guess what it is whenever. And
exactly.
you
Well,
text it
some
to
can
us.
and some can't.
Right.
But so who are we?
Well, my name is Russ. Your
My
name
name is Jeff, and collectively we are known as.
Soul Pylot.
And not only that, I found out recently that we're based in St. Augustine, Florida, in what's called the First Coast, and I found out that we are the #1 Soul Pylot tribute band in St. Augustine.
As being the only.
But that's not
Right.
that may change after these
Yeah.
podcasts.
It could very well. And we're here at Jam-ology, which is also located in St. Augustine.
In the it's not the heart of St. Augustine, more like the right ventricle.
Right, of St.
I'd
Augustine.
say.
But and it's a location. It's a music school and
Production,
podcast.
podcasting, video production, audio production.
Right, and
Teaching.
spreading the ministry of music in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I mean, with a heavy accent on the fellowship of it.
Right.
And people doing it all together, hence the jam
The
aspect
jam.
of it. And who's the guy in charge of all that?
Oh, I don't know. I think his name is Mike.
Mike Cilliers, ladies and gentlemen, who brings a wealth of diversified knowledge to this venture of his.
Without a doubt. Do we get Mike?
And you
to
can
speak?
find us here too.
Yeah, there he is.
There he is. Hey, Mike.
Hey guys, it's fun to be
He
here
has
with
a
you
Bronx
again today.
accent, as you can
And,
tell.
You can hear my Floridian accent. It comes through very
Absolutely.
clear. And
Wasn't it Brooklyn?
I like to sit here in the background and appreciate and enjoy all things music. And everything that you guys are going to be talking about that we're going to find very, very
Or all
intriguing,
things and
interesting.
music too.
All things and music.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah, we're going to be
That
talking
sounds
about
great.
everything.
Yep.
Because why do people even bother to play music? Why do kids like the kids that you're teaching here and us when we were kids? What did we want to do with this knowledge of music? Did we want to keep it to ourselves, or did we want to kind of spread the
Well,
the
what did
wealth
it do
and the
for
knowledge?
us? Kept us out of trouble.
What did it do for Russ? Well,
Well,
you're
what did it do
Russ.
for
Why did
me?
you?
I mean,
you're Russ.
It kept me out of trouble. Kept me hanging out. Kept me from hanging on the street corners. And eventually it became a discipline that became my favorite toy. To be
Well-
left alone and to play and to just explore the guitar, which was originally, my attraction.
Yeah, and you know what it did even more basic? I mean, when I was a kid, I wasn't an athlete, I wasn't a jock, I wasn't a scholar, and I wasn't necessarily someone that could hang with large groups of people and be popular and, be the bully of other kids. I was, the bullied.
Right. Well, I mean,
Right? So what did that do? What was this language that kept me alive and put me where I am today?
right.
Music.
Music. See, to
Because
me,
you know what? A lot of people that were big jocks and quarterbacks and all of that stuff, the guys that got all the girls, you know what they're you know what most of them are doing?
playing guitar.
Well, no, they're not. They're not playing guitar. They're
well, this one
they're-
is.
Well, but maybe you're.
I mean, I was a jock. I got A's in music and gym. The rest was, I was happy. If I got a B minus, folks were happy. The bigger
Well-
thing was when it became a passion, then it kept me off the streets. And growing up, you have a lot of things that are activities. Little league, playing sports, playing music, hanging out on street corners, activities. But at some point, music became the one thing I got noted for, and then it became intriguing to me. And I think music becomes intriguing to most of us because it's when you get involved in an art. I think the difference between an art and other things is that it's a study and a discipline that keeps giving the more you put into it, and it keeps revealing stuff. I practice every day, and stuff comes to me, and I go, "Why'd you wait so long to reveal yourself?" And that creates an art, and you do the same with yours.
Yeah, but what does that all mean? What that all means to me is
discipline,
Well, I think
intrigue.
I think that those are subtopics.
Right.
You're stuck with being a musician. That's what
Without a
you
doubt,
are.
yeah.
That's what you do.
Well,
So
when the-
everything having to do with what you're talking about, with learning new stuff and everything, is you are a musician. That is your
Well,
reason for being, or raison
I
d'etre
can-
for all
I-
of you language scholars.
I can quote someone I always loved his body of work, Sting. And when they gave Sting an honorary doctorate at my alma mater, he said music is a drug with no antidote.
That's great.
And it is. You
Well-
find yourself that you start to look, and as we've moved on in age, you wonder how could you have even existed without it.
Do I remember correctly that Todd Rundgren also spoke at your alma mater?
they've
Didn't
been-
he?
they give a lot
They
of
would
honor.
bring these people
George
in.
Benson, there's
Yeah,
been
but I mean,
tons.
they'd bring these people in of all of these,
Well,
different types of music,
I'm
you
trying
know,
to
to
think who
address
was-
the commencements
I think Tony
and everything.
Bennett got one before me, but Michael McDonald. If you go online, you can see them all. Ours was, God, I forgot who they gave one to when I graduated.
Well,
But
it was
anyway.
probably not Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler, was
No,
it? 'Cause
no,
isn't
it was
Berkeley
not.
in Boston?
No, he did live in Symphony. He did do some. Had one of his crimes on Symphony Road, which is a block from where I live. But anyway, yeah. So that's and that's a lot of what Jam-ology is about, is sharing the music here, and it's the Jam-ology Jam Club, which brings in young people to have their chance to fool around with instruments, and then there's the Players Academy, which is for more people that want to dive deeper into making music.
Right, but the common thing of Jam-ology that I can see is that you have a kid come home from his lesson and can't wait to tell his parents, guess what I learned today?
Right.
Guess what I did? I played blah, blah, blah with this guy. I
Right.
played this song that I've been listening to all my life. Now, all my life might be,
The
4
last-
years long. I mean,
right.
we were talking about earlier that my grandkids are 8, and the twins are, my oldest granddaughter, Ryoko, is 8, and the youngest, the young 2 twins, Sayuri and Sakura, are like 4.5. And so I'm in their house not long ago, and there's Disney Plus and there's Disney everything all over the place, and they go, I want to hear Witch Doctor. I was like, what? I want to hear Witch Doctor. So my stepdaughter Alexis goes, their mother goes, okay, Google, play Witch Doctor, and it's the Disney radio comes up, and it's and
what we heard in the 60s.
yeah, it's like I told the witch doctor, ooh ee ooh ting tang. Wow, 1960 that song came out,
Yeah,
and
I
my
sang it as
4-year-old grandkids know about
I
it.
sang it in 1960.
I sang it the other night
I don't
when
want to
we-
say how old I was in 1960. 8 maybe.
Yeah, but you know what? I sang it back then. But you know what? You and I, Soul Pylot, just played at a Mardi Gras fundraiser for the Matasnas Bay Buccaneers,
Right.
and we did it that night.
we did that
and,
night.
And all of these people,
And everybody was singing. Ooh,
they're
yeah,
all
wow.
singing it.
Right.
They're all-
So, that's because they grew
what-
up with it.
So
Is that-
like Peter Allen said, everything old is new again.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
I mean, I
So-
remember as a kid saying there was a song called Blue Velvet or something, sang by Bobby Vinton.
I believe that was the cover, wasn't it?
It was the cover, and I didn't know it was a cover then until my folks said. Right, and my mother goes, "Are you kidding me? That old song?" Well, it's just like,
Sorry, had to.
but yeah, I mean, there are brand new songs, but of course, things get recycled.
They get
How
recycled.
many people are
but-
recycling, Sting, recycling George Benson, recycling, now you hear a commercial where they're doing, right?
I wanted to see for the guitar players. I wanted to see if he was going to go to the E minor or if
Or
he
if we
was
go
going to
back
go to
to
the
one.
G. They do relate to each other,
Right.
but you know what?
Sometimes, depending on what version you hear, yeah. But anyway, yeah, everything.
I wasn't
comes
sure if
back.
you wanted to finish it with the finality of the one chord,
Nah,
or if you
well-
wanted to play that jazz music I keep hearing about that you're so good at.
Anyway, I mean, that covers a bunch of stuff.
Well, again, what is music all about? Why do people have it? What are we considered Are we considered entertainers? Are we considered window dressing? I'll never forget years ago there was a club, big restaurant in New York called the they're actually all over the place. They're in Nashville, they're in Chicago. It's called City Winery.
Yep, I played there.
And my friend's band, are you familiar with Ed Palermo?
Yes.
Ed Palermo is a very talented and gifted arranger, saxophonist, and he has a band that is best known for playing the music of Frank Zappa, who is the guy that started the Mothers of Invention and was on some TV program playing a bicycle wheel when he was like 11 years old
Right.
or something.
Yep,
Did you ever see that?
I saw that. It's on YouTube.
So the event that night was called, Mike, I kid you not, this is how they branded the event to get the people in the door. Zappa and Zinfandel. I'm not making this up. So what does that mean? The rhetorical question becomes, where does music fit into other people's lives? Is it there for dancing? Is it there for listening to?
It's
And
for
then there's
all of
us.
the above.
Then it's us,
Right.
the messengers and the practitioners.
Right.
Where do we fit into this whole
Right.
thing?
It's all of the above. I mean, George, as everybody knows who knows me, that George is one of my biggest. George Benson is one of
Thank
my
you. I
biggest
was waiting for
influence.
that.
And I always considered a big brother, not only as spiritually.
Boy,
but,
did you
but
get
as a
lucky
player.
to have a gentleman like that.
Yeah, and he says two things all the time that was taught to him by his first employer, Jack McDowell. If people aren't tapping their
You mean
feet,
the famous organ
Hammond
player?
organ player.
Yeah.
If they're not tapping their feet, you're not doing your job. And the other thing he says, if you don't want me to steal it, don't play it in front of me.
You know what?
As far as all of his influences.
My friend Roberta Fabiano, very noteworthy guitarist and singer, was playing a private party in somebody's house in California. I can't remember the client, but anyway, more important thing is Lionel Richie was a guest at this thing. And she goes, "Oh, Mr. Richie, I love your music. Can I play you some of my original songs? Can I give you a cassette?" And Lionel Richie says, "Absolutely not. Because if I'm writing something, I don't want you coming after me."
If it's
I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like I don't want there to be anything that can pull me back from this song, for plagiarism.
Right.
You know
of
what I
course.
mean? To be blamed
Yeah, it
for
goes
something.
into your hard
Because-
drive. You don't know if it's going to come out.
Exactly, and we're living in a litigious enough society to begin with. You
Right.
know, it's like, hi. Well, what do you mean by that?
Right.
You
Of
know?
course, yeah.
So,
And Michael, how are we doing on time?
We good. We still. We got about another 3 minutes.
we
Oh,
can
that's
get
good.
we could do a lot of
We could
mischief
do a lot.
in 3 minutes.
We could do a lot.
So why are we here?
Well,
What's our mission
our
statement?
mission here is to talk music and get people to plug into what we do, plug into what we don't do, ask us questions, about no topic is off limits.
No question. I'm sitting on an airplane years ago next to somebody who goes, "Yeah, I'm in the custom label business. I'm developing a custom label vodka for the Situation." Now, do you guys know who the Situation is? Situation was one of the male lead characters on the very successful show Jersey Shore.
Oh boy.
So now all of a sudden, the guy is, hooked the audience in. So what does he now have? Custom label vodka in addition to billions of other
So
things.
you're saying that Soul Pilot's going to have some custom vodka soon?
Well, I can't wait to get one. I can't wait to get the Soul Pilot hats.
That's right. And mugs.
Soul Pilot bagels. But what does that all mean? What it all means is that music is everywhere,
Yes.
and entertainment is everywhere. And
there's only two
no-
types of music, good and bad.
That's right. That's absolutely
And that
right.
was a quote from the great Duke Ellington.
He was right.
Yeah. So.
He's still right. He's
and
not. He's
he's
gone a
always
million
right.
years, and he's
always
still right.
And he's always right. Yeah. So, are we playing off?
Well, you know what? Looking forward to seeing all of you
Yeah.
again soon because we're not done talking. We just started
Oh,
talking
yeah, we
about
just
all this
started.
stuff.
Yeah, today's show, we're running it to just about 15 minutes or so, but going forward, we're going to have longer productions.
Yeah.
And this is...
Yeah, if we're more interesting to you, to our audience, and the shows get longer.
Exactly. And we're going to have the opportunity for them to, as you say, ask us some questions, and we can then...
We can, come up with different answers, and then you'll all be totally confused.
That's right.
Yeah,
do-
that's great. And if you guys want to play out with something,
Yeah, you wanna play blues
We're gonna. You want to? No, let's play our theme again.
All right, we'll do our theme
Because
again.
we,
Name
because
that tune.
the more people that hear this theme, the more money we make.
Name that tune.